All right, guys, welcome to today's video. A couple videos ago, I asked you guys to ask me some questions, and you guys did. You delivered. So I am going to respond to your questions. All right, here we go. All right, question number one. What makes you motivated to make more YouTube videos? Honestly, that's pretty easy. Nothing even motivates me to do that. I just love making YouTube videos. Sometimes, you know, there are days where I don't want to do it, obviously. You can get burnt out from even something you're passionate about. Like, burnout is very real. So I guess what would motivate me on those days, honestly, just I have to do it. I'm somebody that, like, I have to create. I'm a pretty, like, creative person. I play guitar, I do art, I make videos, and I found personally that when I don't do something creative, I just get, like, in a bad place. Like, I really do. I have to express myself through art somehow. So yeah, I guess what would motivate me is just looking at what my day would be like if I didn't do it, and it's not a good day. It's not a good time. Okay, second question is from my boy Fiji the Great. What's up, bro? First and foremost, love the videos. You and Just Fizz, shout out Fizz, are truly underrated. My question would be, how do you go about when creating your intros? I think that's probably the most difficult thing for me. And what or maybe who inspired your editing style? Okay, so when I make my intros, when I first started this channel, like, I thought my intros had to be, like, amazing and, like, scripted, and, like, I thought I really had to, like, map out my intros. And that only lasted like 2 videos. Like, I don't write anything down. Even when I do like my goofy, weird little skits, which, speaking of that, I need to like do that again. But even when I do those skits, like, I really don't write it down. I'm somebody that just like, I just go off the cuff. Like, I don't write anything. But as far as like my editing style, I guess there isn't like a specific content creator who inspired that. I follow a lot of editors, like videographers, and I really enjoy like their editing. I think their editing is really good. It's like really cinematic. You know, most YouTubers in this space, personally, I feel like it's one of two things. I feel like they completely over edit to the point where it doesn't even feel, I gotta be careful how I word this. It's just too much editing. And then there's the other side of, you know, this circle where gaming channels, they don't even edit at all. And that's totally fine. Like, you can do both. You know, it's like, it's whatever is your style. And I found my style kind of early on. Like, I don't like editing too much of the gameplay. Sure, like, edit your intros, your skits, whatever, you know, go crazy with that. But when you start to over edit like the gameplay, I don't know, it takes away from like the experience from the viewer, if that makes sense. But sorry, I'm rambling. Yeah, I'd say videographers and just like video editors inspired like my editing, if that makes sense. And then he said, once again, awesome videos, bro. Hope to connect and create content with you in the future. Obviously, for sure. Me, you, and Fizz definitely, we need a collab, and that will happen. Question number 3. How do you decide which games to make a video about? Your editing videos are fun to watch. How long have you been doing this? Okay, so this is a good question. How do I decide what videos or what games to make a video about? Lately, I've been like really struggling with this. For instance, I tried to play a game last night. I'm not gonna name it. The game ended up being total ass, and I can't do it, you guys. Like, if I'm not into something, I have a really hard time pretending that I'm into it. Like, my heart's gotta be into it, okay? And I'm not trying to be dramatic. I know it's just a game, but it's like, yeah, bro, if I'm playing a game that I just do not like, I think it's booty cheeks, I can't make a video about it. I'll try to do like minimal research. That's another thing that I do is I go into most of these games like totally blind. I try to not even read the description, and I try really hard not to read reviews, but reviews I've been doing a lot more lately because, again, there's just been a lot of bad games out there. And then the follow-up question to that was, how long have you been doing this? So I've been doing content creation for probably, oh gosh, at this point, I guess you could say 3 years total. I'm coming up on 2 years for this channel, but I also had a channel before this. It was like a movie TV review show. I'm a huge fan of film, and I started that channel. But the editing for that, there was like no editing. Like, I really learned how to edit through this channel. And you can kind of see it, you know. You can go back to the first 2 videos I made. I had no idea what I was doing, you guys. Like, I had no idea how to operate a camera, lighting, edit, like be in Premiere Pro. I had no idea how to do any of that. I do have experience in Photoshop, like making thumbnails. I'm actually interning to be a graphic designer, so gosh, I think at this point now I have like 5 years experience in Photoshop and graphic design. So yeah, next question is from my boy Fizz. He said, what/who inspired you the most to do YouTube? What words of wisdom or advice would you give someone who started content creation today and don't know where to begin? Great question. These are all really good questions. God dang. This is gonna be like complicated to answer. I hope you guys don't mind me like yapping and rambling. But I actually got involved with YouTube when I was like 12 years old, and that was a long time ago, you guys. Okay, I've reached Unk status. Okay, let's rewind. I was 11, 12 years old. Halo 2 and Halo 3 were totally poppin', and I was obsessed, you guys. Like, that game will always be my favorite game ever, just like for nostalgic reasons, and because it really got me into science fiction. It got me into YouTube as well. Back then, YouTube was way different. For all you youngins out there, like, YouTube was not always like this. Gaming videos on YouTube at that time were really minimal. Like, they really weren't a thing. And if they were just like 8-second clips in like 480p of like a trick shot in Call of Duty. You know, it was nothing like it is today. But anyways, Halo 2 started like this kind of community where we would record our gameplay and make like montages out of them. And we'd find like an editor and all that. And I was massively a part of that like community. I was so into it, and I didn't have my own YouTube channel at the time. Again, like, an editor would make them and publish them on YouTube. And it was really cool. Like, it actually did, like, some of those videos, dude, back then, they got like 50,000 views. I was playing a lot with like the pro players at the time, people that were like in the MLG tournaments, going to like Dallas and shit like that. Like, I was actually online friends with quite a few of those people. I mean, I was not anywhere near their level, but I was a part of that community, and that right there totally started my love for YouTube. Like, and again, no one was getting paid, and I was like 11, 12. Like, I didn't know what fucking money was. Like, that didn't matter. I just knew that I wanted to do YouTube as my job, as my career. So yeah, that's ultimately what inspired me. There wasn't like a specific person that inspired me, if that makes sense. And then, what words of advice would I give to someone who wants to start content creation and don't know where to begin? So I would say, really sit down with yourself and ask yourself, why do I want to do this? Do I want to do this because, you know, I want to be rich and famous? If that's your answer, I would not do it. Like, there are so many other things that you can do to get money way quicker. It's like, if you're only doing YouTube for money, that kind of annoys me. I gotta be totally honest. I don't like when people get into a creative field just thinking like they only do it to make money. It's like, if you enjoy doing this, then fine. It's like, then maybe money will be an option down the road. But it's like, you have to like totally get rid of that thought even. Like, trust me, I'm not doing this to make money or to be like famous. Of course, I'd like to see the channel grow and have you guys enjoy the videos, of course. But it's like, I do this because I enjoy it. I love video games, okay? I'm a nerd. Like, I love the process of making the videos. And if you love the process of making videos, doesn't matter what kind of videos, gaming, vlogs, it doesn't matter. If you love the process, then yeah, totally pursue this. This is for you. But if you're only doing this for money, I wouldn't do it. That's my advice. This one is from my boy Shinji. Shinji has always been like a day one supporter, man. Really appreciate you. He said, how do you feel in love? How did you fall in love on indie horror games? I'm assuming that's what Shinji meant. Oh gosh, how did I actually really have to like think about this. I had my other YouTube channel that was like reviewing like TV shows and movies and all that, and I just like wasn't in love with it. So I stopped that channel, and I always knew like I wanted to get back to gaming on YouTube because I stopped when I was like 15, but I just didn't know like what kind of gaming videos to make. I don't play like Call of Duty, I don't play Fortnite, I don't play like trendy online competitive games. So I thought, okay, I really got to think about like obviously what kind of games I'm gonna be playing on a channel. Around that time, me and my buddy started getting into like horror games on Steam and like Itch and whatever, and we started playing a few of them, and I freaking loved it. I loved like the adrenaline rush that it gave me because I'm such a weenie. Like what you guys see, like my reaction, that's totally genuine. Like it's scary. They're scary games. If I didn't have that reaction, I wouldn't be playing horror games. It's like the thrill, you know, it's the adrenaline that you feel. Yeah, that's why I love it. And that ultimately made me want to make videos about that. And I know that there was like, I know that there is a lot of people that are in this like little circle niche of like horror games, and I love it. You know, a lot of those guys like also inspired me too. But yeah, I'd say that's what ultimately made me fall in love with like indie horror games. And then Shinji follow-up question says, meaning of the tattoo. Oh gosh, so which one? Like I have a lot. I've got a lot of tattoos. Yeah, there's a lot. I'll have to make like a separate video about that because I've got them like all over my chest, my stomach, my ribs. Yeah, I got a lot. So maybe we'll make like a separate video on that. Okay, so this next one is from a big supporter, always has been of the channel for a very long time. Kunai, appreciate you, bro. And we're gonna break this down. I'm not gonna read all, because he asked a lot. Thank you so much, by the way. But we're just gonna like break it down one by one. Number one, what made you want to become a YouTuber? Yeah, so I kind of like answered that, I guess, like earlier. Long time ago, a long time ago, when I like got into like Halo 2, Halo 3 online. I think I was like 11, 12 or something like that. I was really young. So yeah, that's what really inspired me to become a YouTuber. Where do you see yourself in content creation 2 years from now? Oh geez, you know what? I haven't like thought about that too much. I guess I see myself like evolving, like with just like my quality of videos. I'm always looking to evolve with my content. And I know sometimes like it may not seem like that, but like behind the scenes, oh yeah, like I'm always like trying to figure more things out. Like how can I improve the quality of my videos? I feel like my commentary can definitely improve. Sometimes I yap too goddamn much, I feel like. And then there are other times where I'm like, I'm not even talking enough, so this is boring as shit. But yeah, I'd like to just get better. But where I see myself, I'd like the channel to grow. Obviously, I would love that. You know, I would love to have more of you guys like watching the videos, enjoying the content. But I guess, I don't know, just keep going. That's my plan. And that's where I see myself. I see myself just like continuing this journey. Number 3, what's your name? So my name is Taylor. Yeah, that is my name. Kind of in my channel name, Tater Tots, my nephew actually used to call me Tater. So that's always been like my gamer tag was Tater. And then I thought, you know, what could I add to that? And then Tater Tots, which funny enough, I don't really like tater tots. So the food. And I don't know if anyone will actually remember this, but when I first started YouTube, like the first 3 months or 5 months, whatever, I had a different name. Comment down below if you guys can actually figure that one out. Number 4, why don't you live stream or self-promote your content on other platforms, for example, TikTok or Instagram? Okay, so I would love to live stream. I know that I've talked about this with Fizz a few times, like the idea of live streaming. But I don't know, you guys. Like, for one, I would not have time. It would be really difficult. I have 2 jobs, and I also, this is something I've never shared, I also have 2 kids. And trying to find the time to do that would be really difficult. And that's just like not really my generation. Like, I don't get live streaming. Like, I just don't get it. I think there are things for sure that are really appealing about it, like being able to interact with you guys live. That's like the big appeal to me. But I don't know, maybe I would love to find the time to. I really would. Like, for instance, if I was ever able to make YouTube my job, I would probably start live streaming, because then I would have the time to do so. But as far as like promoting my content, I'm so bad at that, dude. I really am. I'm not a fan of TikTok. Don't even have TikTok on my phone. I've never had TikTok on my phone. I did upload like a few shorts like a few months ago to TikTok, and I'm just not into it. Like, I'm not into the idea of like having to self-promote my content, and especially through like short form content. I'm not really a fan of short form content because I feel like it's like the new thing, and my worry is that it's gonna take over long form videos, and that scares the shit out of me. Making shorts can be fun. Like, you know, you're clipping like funny or scary moments from like a game you played. That can be fun, but I don't know, man. I don't want it to be a thing where like my channel's only known for short form content. So yeah, that's kind of why I don't self-promote a whole lot. Maybe I need to like do better at doing that, but yeah, we'll see. Number 5, would you rather be a millionaire or would you rather be happy in your life? So this kind of goes like hand in hand. To me, it kind of does in like a weird way. And I know like the famous saying like money doesn't buy happiness, and obviously that is true to a certain extent. Like there is like a borderline to that. Unfortunately, money buys you like freedom, financial freedom. And you know, times are tough right now, man. And it's like a lot of my stress comes from like bills and, you know, money, unfortunately. And I obviously like, there are things in my life that, you know, make me really happy, like my kids and, you know, my hobbies that I have. But for sure, like money would definitely take the edge off for a lot of people, which would then make them a little bit happier. Obviously, like money, like if you go and buy like a Lamborghini, it's like, yeah, that's short term happiness. Like that's not gonna bring, you know, that's not long form happiness, if that makes any sense. But overall, obviously I would just rather be happy. Like, screw the money, I'd just rather be happy. Number 6, does money buy happiness? Okay, so I guess I kind of just like answered that. In a way it can, yes, in a way. 7, what's your biggest fear? Dang, this is a good one. My biggest fear, like aside from my family and like my kids' health, like, you know, all that, aside from that, my biggest fear is being on my deathbed when I'm old, wrinkly, and having regret. That is my biggest fear. That's always been my biggest fear. I do not want to be old and like I'm on my deathbed and I look back and I'm like, God, I wish I would have tried. Like, I wish I would have gone for whatever it is that I wanted to do. I do not want that, you know, and that's a message to anybody. It's like, don't be afraid, just go for it. Who cares if it, you know, may cause embarrassment? Who cares if people judge? Who gives a fuck, dude? Like, honestly, who cares? It doesn't matter. All that matters is what you want to do, and you just have to go for it. You really do. I'm not trying to be like corny or anything, but it's true. You just got to go for it. Don't over prepare, don't over plan, don't overthink, just fucking do it. Just go for it. Doesn't matter if you don't have the knowledge or experience, does not matter. Just do it. Just go. And then the last question is from Jags. Do you know who I am? No, I don't. Or do I? Maybe I do. Maybe I do know who you are, Jax. All right, guys, that wraps it up. Not many questions, but they were really good questions, and I really appreciate everyone who participated, asked me questions. I think this was like a fun, you know, little video. It's nice to break away sometimes from the regular, you know, playing horror games. I obviously love it, but it's nice to, you know, expand once in a while. So I don't know, maybe we might do like more things like this in the future. I would love to. I'm definitely not opposed to it. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed today's video, let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, I will catch you guys in the next video. All right, peace.